An orangutan in the wild reached out to aid a human being who was mired in muck, and the resulting footage will warm your heart. Concern, anxiousness, and the desire to aid a fellow animal in need are concepts that, according to these individuals, animals lack the emotional sophistication to comprehend since they aren't as developed as humans. It wasn't until this interaction between a free orangutan and an ranger was caught on tape that people began to realize there could be more to these extraordinary animals than greets the eye. An Indonesian-born photographer and photojournalist Neil Provocateur. To this day, he still marvels at the ability of photographs to record a fleeting time period and preserve it indefinitely. The Indonesian man's interest in photography began when, as a child, he received a toy camera equipped with film as a birthday gift. After that, Neil was completely captivated by art. With his camera, he could make even the most ordinary things appear extraordinary. His interest in photography evolved steadily over the years, and he would utilize any spare time to go out and shoot. In the year 2020, Neil and his pals planned to take a safari, so he bought a new camera, this time a high-quality digital model, and took as many images as he could. They had been discussing it for some time and had settled on really doing it. To improve their chances of seeing the rare wild orangutan inside its native environment, the crew chose to go to a particular region inside the forest reserve in Borneo. As the company prepared to arrive in Borneo, they anticipated their upcoming trip into the rainforest, where Neil would be ready with his beloved camera to capture any and all interesting sights. Nonetheless, it was shocked to see such a stunning picture. As O'Neill and his companions strolled down a forest path, they met a guard who was employed by the Bonilla Arang, a 10 Survival Foundation, BOSF. Founded in 1991, the group now has over 400 staff, whose only purpose is to slow the rate of destruction in orangutans' natural habitat. During the events of the narrative, more than 650 orangutans were known to be residing in the sanctuary and the surrounding protected forest region, according to the organization. Guardians safeguard orangutans in their native forest environment, ensuring their survival. It's important to do this since it safeguards many other species of plant and animal as well. Humans have just as much invested in conserving these forests as the animals who live there. According to the Foundation's website, O'Neill and his pals saw a warden who was waist-deep in water. When O'Neill questioned the guy why he was doing this, the warden said that reptiles were known to inhabit the area. The orangutan's natural predators, the warden was attempting to remove the snakes so the apes would feel safe drinking from the waterhole again. Over 160 different kinds of snakes call Borneo's tropical rainforests home, and several of them provide a significant threat to the island's endangered orangutans, so that we can ensure their safety. The staff of the organization works to remove snakes from rivers to ensure that the orangutans will not be harmed. Further, the rangers often employ dummy snakes to shock the orangutans into being more conscious of their environment and the various species in it. The keepers are able to educate the apes that snakes are hazardous because they make them afraid of the toy versions. But an incredible occurrence occurred while the guy worked. He had heard rumors that a snake was lurking in the water. There was an orangutan on the banks observing the warden as he moved around the area clearing the bushes. The orangutan apparently grew intrigued about what the rangers was doing and walked down to the riverbank to check it out for itself, as it then approached and extended a hand to Anil. However, the incredible creature must have also realized there were reptiles in the water, causing it to worry about its safety. No one could have predicted such a touching event. The ape, obviously aware of the risks present there, pretending to pull the guy to shore from the sea, he put out his hand. The orangutan looked to be asking, "May I assist you, sir?" to the human. The photographer said, "I simply caught that moment. It brought up a lot of feelings." Doctor, the incident occurred in a BLSA institution on aisle number 6, as confirmed by Jim Martin C. Height, CEO of the BLSF and the orangutan in question. Annie Lowe's was 25 years old. Despite the orangutan's seemingly kind and also how willful show of support, the guard did not take the orangutan's hand and instead walked away. It's a wild creature, not one we're acquainted with, but they're there to guard them, he explained to me afterwards. O'Neill said that the rangers strive to avoid contact with the native orangutans, so as not to desensitize the apes to the possibility of poachers, as well as other human hazards. The warden may not have taken the orangutan's hand, but Neil captured the incredible moment when a connection of compassion seemed to be made between the two species. In any case, Doctor. Continuing his story, John Martin said that the guy in the water was an employee named Mr. Both Saya Rule and Annie have known one another since the early 2000s. After being taken from her mom in the wild as an infant, the female orangutan was transported to the refuge. Doctor. Teen Gemma said that it seemed in the photo that Annie was assisting Mr. Saya Rule, but given what we know, she may have been pleading with Saya Rule for sustenance. It demonstrates how dependent on us orangutans have grown. According to the director, Island No. 6 is one of the locations where BLSF preserves a ring of paws that was saved but could not be released back into the wild. The region is termed an island because of the 5-meter wide, 16-foot deep ditches that encircle it. He is 5 feet tall, and he shares a tiny home with Romeo, a 34-year-old orangutan also rescued in Taiwan. 5 acres. The 2 apes were taken from their mothers at an early age, and as a result, they no more have the ability to live in the wild without human assistance. Keeping them on an island like this allows them to maintain a lifestyle very similar to their native home. And we can monitor them at the same time, Dr. A. Martin John. As it turns out, Annel's photograph struck a chord with a great many individuals all across the globe. After the photograph was posted online, it became evident that the remarkable apes are much more intelligent and emotionally evolved than was previously believed. Over 90,000 people have seen it on Intercrop's Instagram profile alone, making it fast become viral. You may rely on me to assist you. If humankind goes out, then humanity dies. The Yearly said that sometimes animals are taking us back to our roots. Also, news agencies all around the globe caught up on that photo. Media outlets worldwide, again from BBC in the United Kingdom to CNN, were blown away by the beautiful photograph that caught the extraordinary moment among these 2 animals. On top of that, National Geographic chose it for their cover, emphasizing the similarities between humans and other animals, and suggesting that maybe we as a civilization need a little assistance returning to our biological roots to aid in the healing of the earth, rather than the destruction of it. I couldn't tell whether the orangutan wanted food, or if she was attempting to get her companion out of the water. The photo that Annel took shows how incredible these animals are, and gives us hope that maybe one day we may coexist with them again. Whoa, that's a fantastic tale. Do share your thoughts in the section below. If you like this story, please consider liking and subscribing for more similar content.